rightside where you can learn to trade on the right side of the market. Today, I'm going to start looking at some longer-term trades. I said I was going to start doing that, get off the day trading stuff, and play some longer-term trades. Although this market is high, the thing, and what I'm going to do, based on looking at the market, I'm actually going to play some long trades. I think the market is at a point where maybe it's going to bounce. It's my opinion. Everybody can have an opinion of the market. And let's just see what happens. I got my disclaimer up. Put that on the screen for a little while where everybody can read it. These are virtual trades. Traded in a virtual account, actually in the live market. And how these trades are going to actually work. I'm going to place maybe 3 or 4 trades, maybe 5. I got 5 marked here. I kind of looked at them right quick, and I'll kind of review them with you guys, show you why I'm actually placing them the way I'm placing them. To give you a little inside thing, but there's a lot more that goes into it than what I'm actually showing here on this video. Just kind of just trying to show you a little bit of the stuff that we do here at Right Side Trading. And you will notice some of this stuff is the same stuff that we've shown before and been pretty successful with, on these directional type trades. So I want to let you know trading is risky. Get educated, practice, practice, practice. Get educated, practice, practice, practice even more. Okay. First of all, my market overview. I'll slide that over. Apple is not my market overview. Let's take a look at the Russell first of all. As you can see, the Russell has been going sideways pretty much for the last this is a year. It hasn't really gone too much higher than 1220. Haven't gone too much lower. The lower is around 1040. Big range, a couple hundred points almost. But it's been going sideways really. And a smaller range you can see. Let me draw a line here on the chart, price level line. It's been dipping below. You can see I got a level here. That's a level down, a little higher level in this area here recently for this year, the end of last year. And the highs, I won't go all the way to the top of the highs, but right here. So we got a range. And if you can see, even right here in this area, market is kind of like it was in here, and that's 1160, right where we're at today, up to about 40 points on the Russell. But again, the big picture that I'm really looking at here, sideways, number one. Then let's look at the ES. Again, the ES has been slowly drifting up. I've been drifting up, but here at the end of the year, at the end of last year, we kind of got to a top and making some bottoms. But it's been just it's going sideways, doing what if you've been following Right Side Trading, we like it when the market goes sideways, when it bounces. There's a couple different strategies that you can do, but the one that we show here all the time is just a directional trade. There's a lot of strategies where you can actually be selling options. If you would like to learn about that, visit us at rightsidetrading.com and give us a call, and maybe we can talk about that sometime. But all I'm going to show here is, again, we got ES going sideways. You got a top, bottom. Range is about from 1980 all the way up to 2080, 100-point range. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow, YM. I like looking at the future markets, and they kind of give you a nice picture of what's happening. Again, ever since the end of last year, we got up here at this top, been dipping a little bit down to 17,000, all the way up to about 18,000. That's a 1,000-point range on this one. It's been bouncing then. And the thing is, as you've been looking, if you look, I think we're at the bottom of that range. So are we going to stay in this range, or are we going to start dropping below this range? So the thing is, I'm going to take a chance on us staying in this range. And let's look at the NQ. That's the NASDAQ. Did I type it right? Nope, I didn't type it right. NQ. NQ. NQ looks the same as you would begin to see. All these markets begin to look very similar and all. And that's the thing about trading. You know, you get where you see these patterns, you understand the patterns that the market makes. You really don't understand the patterns. You just recognize them and you learn how to trade them. You know, and get educated to learn how to trade these patterns and all in this market. Now, right now, again, I'm looking at, this is the, let me, I got my price line on. Right here, it looks like the bottom of the range, and we're near that bottom of that range. That's why I'm willing to take a long trade on something right now. And all of them are near that bottom right now. The thing is, that's only 33 points off the bottom. This has been going down to like 4,100 up to like 4,300, a little bit higher than 4,300 on the NASDAQ. So that's what we look at. You know, we look at it, we get an overall market view. You know, what is it doing? You know, then we can decide, okay, where is it? My friend Wally. Oh, hold on. Hello, this is Solomon. I'm back. That was partner Wally. Wally just called me, and I guess he's going to join in. I let him over here. Or he can step in if he wants to. You want me to share? The thing is, I'll let you know. I looked at the overall markets and all. I looked at the NASDAQ, the Dow, Russell, SPY. They all look like they're bouncing here. They've been bouncing for the last couple of months.
That's correct. That's exactly what I saw too today, and it seems like they are all at that bouncing level right now too. So it's kind of interesting what will happen over the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to take a long trade since I think we're at the bottom of that bounce. If it doesn't work, I know where my stop should be close by, and I'll be out of that trade.
Exactly.
So what we're going to look at, the only one that's really not in the bounce like I would really like it to be, that everybody likes trading, and I'll do a trade anyway. It's going to be doing more of a breakout type trade is Apple. So let's take a look at that one right quick first.
Sure.
AAPL. And,
Apple came out with good earnings, a couple of days ago?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and historically, once it comes out with good earnings like that gaps up, it usually tends to keep on going up higher. And so I actually sent out a text message tweeting some of our students to let them know that, Apple was probably a potential good opportunity to take on. And so, we'll see how the trade actually plays out. Now, we do have some things in place to see if Apple doesn't go in the direction that we want it to go, we'll get out. But if it repeats itself like it's done in the past, then we're expecting Apple to really go up higher. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so I just brought up the Apple option chain. I'm going to go out to, if Apple is going to make its move, let's take a look at the chart right quick. Let me go back and get to my Apple chart. Apple chart is down here. Maximize the screen again. And let me get back on the daytime frame. What Wally was just mentioning, we noticed on Apple after earnings, it tends to like to run up if it has good earnings. And I'm going to just do a quick trend line here on the last couple of earnings and see, when it made its peak. It's in 45 days there. Control Z. Last earning here, it went up going to not the first peak, but the second peak. Yeah, do it again. That's about 48 days. Control Z, Control Z. This one right here went up for a long time, but I'm just going to look at it at least a $10 move on it. How long did it take to do that? Only 25 days. And that's what I've been looking at, $10 moves.
Mm-hmm.
If I make $10 or more on an option play, it's really good money.
Oh, yes.
So so we see it makes $10 moves when it does make a move, and it makes it in 45 days or less.
That's correct.
No. So I'm going to actually jump out and play, though. I'm gonna jump to a April option. You see, it has 74 days.
That's good. Yeah, when I put on the trade, I think I put on the trade the day after earnings, and I did the March option expiration with the understanding, like you said, 45 days. I was thinking, okay, it will take about 45 days, but I don't plan on staying exactly the whole 45 days. I plan on taking my profits before that 45 days, but at least, I wanted to make sure that at least the option expiration at the time that I picked it was about 50 days left to expiration, so I figured it was enough time for me to stay in and capture a good, decent profit on that. But I think April, like you're saying, it's actually a better option time frame to pick.
Okay, and like you say, the thing is, once it starts making a move, your option is going to become profitable like right away. So it is not that you don't hold them to expiration. You're not looking for it to reach that target in so many days. You want to make sure you give it more than enough time to reach your target, and your position should be profitable like almost within like 10 days, really 20 days. Half the time you actually have on that option thing. That option.
Absolutely. I only plan on holding on to Apple for 2 weeks.
Okay. So again, he has a time frame, exactly how long he wants to hold it, and we expect it to make that move within that time frame, and it'll be profitable. But like I said, I'm looking at the April. I look at again, been watching it. It's got some funny options out here in April. I like playing at the money. So I'm looking at April. They got some funny strikes here. I'm looking at they got some like 117.14 stuff. What is that? Am I looking at the right April? Yes, I am looking at the right April. But I'll play it in the virtual account in the live market. And I hadn't looked at this $5 option. And I'm actually only going to buy one contract because I only like spending $500 and see what we're going to make with that $500. And if it makes this move, we'll make 10% or more, maybe even 25 or 50%, or maybe even 100% or more. But since I'm also going to be placing multiple trades, we're not putting all our money in one trade. So this trade is going to actually cost me about a little over $500. Or maybe I do two. Because I'm going to do it in the IRA account that I reset to $25,000, and we'll do it for $1,000 because I want to track that account and see what we do this year with a reasonable amount of money that most people would have in their personal accounts and trades that they will be placing. So I'm doing an April 15th monthly. Today is February 2nd, and it's around almost 3 o'clock right now. So let me place this trade. I'm buying 117.14. Strange strike prices, like I said, only 2 contracts. Again, we're going to spend close to $5,000 if I do 5 trades. I'll put about a little over $1,000 in this trade, and I'm placing this trade now. It's not about placing the trades; it's about just looking at them. And we should get filled here for today. The next one that I want to look at is GWW.
Interesting.
So let's take a quick look at it. GWW. Let's take a look at the chart. Waiting for data to come up. Our Apple trade just got filled. UWW has made a good move already today. This is one that we should have been looking at a few days back, but we're okay because we expect this thing to still make a fairly good move, although it's been moving good the past couple of days. It's at $239 a share. We're going to be playing options on this, though. Let me just verify that their options are here. The platform is slow. Yeah, it looks good. But I'm expecting this thing to go back up to maybe 255, and we're at 240. So we're looking at at least a $15 move or more. Easy over $10 move that I like to have on these things. So, as you see, this is another one that's been kind of bouncing. One that really got.
Are there options on this one too, Solomon?
Yes, there's options on this one.
Yeah, that one looks really nice.
Yeah. We caught it a couple days ago, but we're doing it now. April, again, I'm looking at April. The spreads are a little wide, but we expect a pretty big move, so I'm okay with that. Normally, I will look for tighter spreads, and I'll 70-cent spread on here, but if I'm looking for a $10 move, and these have $10 strikes, it's another thing that I don't like. But again, I want this is for educational purposes only, so that's why I'm actually going to place this trade. And like I said, I look forward to go to 250 at least. So I'm going to do a 240. That's at my 0.49 delta. Again, I like paying the 0.5 delta, thereabouts. It's costing me $8.40. So that's I'm only going to do one contract. It's going to be $800 and some dollars. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it close to $1,000 per trade. So it's that 840 times 100 for one contract. And I'm going to go ahead and place that and see if it gets filled.
Yeah, I love that trade. That's a very good trade, Solomon.
So that trade is placed. And look at it. I'm in the IRA account, which I'm in the right account. And I did a 240. And again, let me see what's going on here. It's not that much volume here, but I really don't care about that because if this thing makes the move that it wants to make, and we did it. Yep, we just got filled on that one. So let's move to the next one. My next one is MET.
MAT?
Yeah, Michael Edward Thomas. I think that's MetLife. Yeah, MetLife. Let's take a look at the chart right quick.
You know, one thing that I like about what you're doing, Solomon, is the fact that all these stocks that you're picking, again, with the exception of Apple, like you said, are all at a point where they seem to be bouncing just at the same time that the market seems to be ready to bounce too. So that's kind of like really cool that these stocks are getting to the same point of reversal where the market is about to start reversing to. And so if the market does reverse like we expect it to, then these would be stocks that would, you know, reverse just the same way the market is and make a good chunk of money for anybody that trades it. So that's pretty cool that you're finding stocks that are at the point of reversal right when the market is about to reverse.
Yep, and that's the key. And that's the thing that we want you guys to realize. There are ways of viewing the market and making money in the market, even buying long calls, buying puts. And the thing is, what we're seeing today is, like you said, the market is at a point where we're willing to take a risk going long with a call. The thing is, we want to make sure we give ourselves enough time to be right. We see everything is in the right, the market is in the right place. We review the market. And if it doesn't go right, our stop is going to be just below that pivot point of where the market is actually turning at right now. And I'll come back and take a little closer look at that on each one of them once I get all the trades placed. On this one, we're viewing the chart right now. Like you said, if you look at the chart, it's right there at that place where it should be bouncing. We're around 47.24 right now. I expect this thing easily to go up to 52. That's $5. $5 on this stock will be good. We could go all the way back up to around 54, so that's around $7 on this stock, and that'll be good money on an option play. So let's take a look at the options right quick. Again, I'm gonna go out to April. These options here are a little bit. These options here are a little bit more cheaper, a little bit more like the options that I like trading. We got $1 strikes. We got the spread is a little wide. It's not really that wide, but what's that, around 8? That's around 13-cent spread. So I'm kind of okay with that because again, we're looking for $4 or $5 move on this, a minimum of $4 or $5 move on this stock for us to make some money on here. So this trade plays out. It'll be a pretty good profitable trade also. The volume is not that crazy on this one right here. Open interest is there, but again, there's enough. We're not buying tons of options, so we should be okay with that. Again, I'm looking at, I'm actually going to go up 47 strike. It's trading at 47. Again, because I like my delta around a 45. I don't want to get too far out of the money. Could have with this one since they're dollar with strikes. But 47 strike, April, it's 222. And since we're spending $1,000, we can get 5 of these. We'll go a little bit over 1,000, but it was a little bit under on one of the other trades. It'll be okay. So I'm confirm and send. Up. Is that right? Is that right? No, it didn't change. Edit. That's always review your trades. Didn't change to 5. It left it at 10. So let me change this back down to 5. Do a confirm and send. Review my ticket. Yep, $1,100. That's correct. Send it. So that was that one. And
can I ask you a question on that one, Solomon? So looking at that chart, going back to the chart and looking at that chart, would you say it's already too late to get in, or are you chasing that trade? Like, how come you didn't get it like when it was a little bit lower at the bottom? I mean, some people look at that right now and think that it's already too late to like try to get into that trade. Why would you get into this trade now that it's already starting to take off?
This trade right here, it bounced. It didn't even hit. It quite didn't touch $46. It's only at $47. It's only $1 up from its bottom. I'm looking for it to go up minimum of maybe a $4 to $5 around 51, 52. And I know it might have a hard time crossing 50. Even if it just goes to 50, that's still $3 on this trade. And $3 on a 0.5 delta, that's $1.50 I should make on that trade. And I paid $2 for that. That's going to be over 50% that I make on this trade if it moves, if it does what I expect it to do. And if it goes against me, my stop line might be a little far away because my stop is going to be down there below that previous day low is where I would have it at. And I can lose a little bit of money on that, but I'm willing to take that risk for the reward that I got that's possible in this trade. So no, I didn't miss this. This is probably one of the better entries that we've had compared to some of the other trades that we had.
GWW was the one that I was actually referring to. GWW, not MET. GWW.
GWW?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, MET looks good. Let's go back to GWW right quick. So again, this one, I mentioned this, my stop is going to be around $46. GWW, let's go back to it. My chart is coming up a little slow. GWW is definitely when it was at 230. It's at 239. It's almost $10 higher off its bottom. But this is a big stock and this is a big mover. I look forward to move it. It can move easily up to around 250. If it can break above this 247, which is still 247. That's still like $7-8 above where we're at right now. If this stock actually starts moving and do what we expect it to do. So again, you might think you're a little late, but today it made a big move. And what I'm seeing here on the chart feels really good about getting into this. If just basic candle pattern, this looks like you might have got a bullish engulfing here compared to yesterday and today's candle formation that you're getting. So this looks really bullish. I feel good about getting into this thing. I wish I could. I always say I wish I could have, would have, should have got into it this morning. But that doesn't happen a lot of times, So you kind of like wait. Get that make sure that this stock is actually doing what you expect it to do, and you just get in it. And like you say, it may not make as much money as you would like to make, but it's going to make money. I mean, make money for you. So that's the whole thing. You just want to make sure you get into a trade that's going to look like it's going to make money. And this one here, I would have to have my stop, since like you said, it has made a big move. If it closes below those last 2 days lows, I would be looking to get out of here. You know, maybe 32 or 232.50. If it closes below that area, you know, I would have to have a close below there in order to stay shaking out of this thing.
That's a good point.
Otherwise, I'll
put my stop.
Okay, so that's the stop on that one. Apple stop. Let's just click a quick look since I'm talking about stops right quick. Let's go ahead and go back to Apple and look at that stop. That stop will be below. Getting in it today. My stop is kind of way down there. It's almost $2 down. If it looks like it's not staying in that new trading range where it's at, if it drops, definitely if it closes below, I would be kind of tough on Apple here. If it closes below maybe 116, I have to be out of that stock. Because again, that's getting too close to the 115 area where I really would like to be way down there. But since we get in kind of high on Apple, and I know how bad the options are, they kind of deteriorate real fast. You can lose money real fast on the options if they're not doing what you expect them to do. But if I
might add, when I look at this chart, two things come to my mind as far as stops: the aggressive kind of stops and the conservative kind of stops. Okay, and I think that depending on what type of account size and your tolerance for risk will determine whether you want to be conservative or aggressive. If I was to be conservative, I would say no more than 115.
Yes.
If the market goes below 115, stop out, get out. Okay, that would be the conservative route. If you were to be aggressive, I would say that gap that was created on earnings, if that gap should ever get filled at 112.50, then get out. Okay. Now you will lose more money because you are more aggressive and you're taking more of a risk, but you also have an opportunity to stay in a trade a little longer, with the opportunity of maybe hoping to, not get kicked out or stopped out because you have a bigger stop loss. Now, on the other hand, if you choose the 115, there's a smaller stop loss, but it's a little bit more conservative so that you don't lose too much of your money. You can always jump back into a trade if you think that, or if you see that the market is doing, or the stock is doing what you want it to do after you got kicked out. So those would be the two levels that I'll be looking at, 115 and 112.50 as my two stop losses, depending on how much of a risk I want to take.
That's why you have to position size your trade accordingly. So again, like you say, if you do go to your more aggressive stop where you really want to try to stay in that trade all the way down to that 112.50, but you just size it accordingly where the loss that if you end up taking a loss on that trade, you're okay with that. And the thing is, you might have maybe a little, again, even if you stop at 115, you position size it according to what kind of like what you want to take, what kind of loss you want to take there. And again, like you say, you can always jump back in a trade. If it comes down there to those areas and bounces, and you got out, and you can decide that you can get back in, on another trade if you want to.
Absolutely.
So now let's take a look at our next one. I think it's going to be BBT. Let me take a look at that one. BBT. And I am posting these. I did post a couple of the last. I post a couple of the last day trades out today. And I won't post this stuff out until the end of the month because, again, we're not giving trade recommendations. We know we're trying to educate you. Exactly. So the thing is, we're doing it in the live market to let you know that it's about as close to real as you can get. In a virtual account, we're not using real money, of course. But it's all about learning to look at the charts, knowing when to place those trades. Where should you be buying at? Learning to look at these charts a little bit. And again, there's still a few other little things. I kind of gave you an overview of the market. You need to look at that. Then you need to look at the charts themselves. But then there's like one of the trades I said, like the Apple trade. It's It's really kind of like a high-risk trade. We're looking at other different things for that to go. But all these other ones are stuff that we've shown before, bouncing stocks. So we've gone over bouncing stocks, and we're just trying to show you these things continue to play out. Now, looking at BBT, BBT is another one that looks like it's going sideways, although it's getting lower major highs. But it's one that's at a point where it should bounce. And we're willing to take a trade here and take some risk here. Again, anytime you're placing a trade, you're taking some risk. You're looking to put probabilities of chances on your side since it's at a place where you expect it to actually make a move. I would stop out of this one if it goes below the low.
Okay.
Yesterday's low, which is around $35. I can put it as far down to $35 to have it at a round number, just below $35. I'm looking at a target, with 35.60. You can easily get to 37, maybe as high as 38.50, maybe even 38.50 would be a good target. So, but that's $3 and that's $3, on this trade. So now let's look at the options right quick. Again, I'm gonna look at these options here. Dollar strikes, I like. Tight whiffs, I like. Probably, I'm going to do a June, but you probably could get away. Let me look at how fast this thing moves. This one moves. Let's look at one way of looking at how fast they move. You get your trend line, and you look from some of the highs to lows. How many days? 25 days to from that one to move. Let me do it again. 25 days. Looks like it moved like $2.50, and I was looking at $3 over there. Okay. From here to top, 45 days to move $3. I like looking at that. It's kind of giving me an idea. 23 days the most, move $3.26. I'll look at one more here. 12 days to move $2.67. Okay, so wasn't 25 days, I think, was maybe the longest. That's why I was thinking you probably could get away with a March, but of course I'm going out to June. The options are cheap. They're only $1. I'm looking at a option for I'll do the 35 strike. Again, I like that higher delta, 0.56 delta, $1.97 for the option. Look like I'll be only doing 5 contracts, to keep my position size around 1,000. So I'm doing 5 contracts. Confirm and send, verify. It's $985. And now, I think I did already mention about where I would stop out at on that one. I think that's it. I was looking at, I'll give you a couple other ones that I was looking at, but I don't think we're going to place those trades. Okay. I was looking at ALTR. I missed it this morning. I was going to actually day trade that one this morning. I wanted to do a day trade on it, ALTR, but I was ended up doing something different. The BBT just got filled. Awesome. ALTR, I kind of like it, but I was looking at it has like maybe a $5 move, but it has to go all the way to the top to get that whole $5. If it goes from here, it might be able to get a 3. We'll do it. ALTR. Okay. ALTR, it looks like it's bouncing also. It looks good. $33 stock. That seems like it's at the bottom of its range also. Take a look at the options. ALTR, and I will do the 33. and I'm doing a June, and it's $2 again. I'm only going to be able to do 5 contracts. Keep my position size the way I like it. And do a confirm and send. Confirm and send is $1,000, $1,100. Fire. And that's going to be it. But I'm going to look at one more, but I know I'm not going to place a trade on it. This is one where you would actually do the stop on ALTR would be down at 32.50.
Which one is that again?
ALTR, the stop that I place a trade on it, but the stop, since I want to let everybody know the stop on them, would be 32.50. If it drops close below that level, I would actually get out of the trade. I would set normally I'll probably go here back and set alerts on these. I'll set an alert on this one right now because I'm here and I'm thinking about it. If it gets below that, let me know, and then I would start watching it to see if it's going to close below that area, and then I'll be out of the trade. A lot of times they might peak below those areas, but don't close. So I try to stay in them unless the market is really tanking that day. The last one that I want to look at that we will not do a trade on. This is one that I would actually trade. I would actually buy the stock itself. It's V as in victory, M as in Mary, E as in elephant, M as in Mary. So that's VMEM. Let me see what it looked like. I don't remember. Waiting for my chart to come up.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, it does look nice.
Oh, that's a very nice one.
But this is a nice one, but it's a $3 stock, you know. And I'm the type, when it gets below $5, I'd rather just trade the stock itself.
Absolutely.
That's just me. I think this one does have options on it. Let me go look at the option chain. Yep, it does have options on it, but it has a $5 strike and two $50 strike and a $750 strike. But and it's below $5. So again, for this thing to make money, you would need it to actually come above $5. It can make a move and you can still make money on it. But theoretically, it needs to be above $5 in order for you to make money on it. You know, so that's why I always get when I see these type of strikes, these type of stocks, just trade the stock. But and maybe we'll do that. Just throw something out there. And 1,000, so you get 300 shares. You get 300 shares of this to spend the same amount of money that you would be spending on your option thing. And look for it. It's going to take a while for it to get maybe and if it makes we're only looking for it to make maybe a dollar, 50-cent move. You might make $150 on this. And again, you're not going to make a lot of money, but it'll be decent. You're making money. If somebody throw a $100 bill down in front of you, would you pick it up? Yes, I would. So if I make $100, I make $100. I'll take it. So let's place this. I'm going to just buy the stock right out. Oh, and that's the other thing we got to look at. We got some on one of these. I'm looking at on MetLife. We got earnings coming up. So earnings is on the 4th. So it might make a move for us, and we might be in and out of that thing before anything happens. So, and those options didn't look too expensive at the time. But that's cool. We got to be aware of that. And is there anything else going on? Nope, I don't think so. As you can see, all of them have dividends. Another thing I like, planting dividend stocks at time. But let's look at this last one here. We want to buy 300 shares. In fact, let's see if I can get this. I want to do 300. That's going to put us at about this. It's going to put us a little over, but we're okay. Buying stock. It's like $4, so we should. Yeah, but I'd rather do 300. Let's do 300 shares at $3.96. Could sell a call, but we're going to just buy the stock and not do anything. Now, that's all our positions. I said I wasn't going to do anything with that one. That's it. So now, We ended up doing an Apple trade where we're looking for it to kind of break out. An ALTR trade. We're looking for it to make a move. A BBT trade. We're looking to make a move. A GWW trade. A MetLife trade. And we actually bought some stocks. VMEM. So that's it. Those are the trades that we're actually going to place, and we'll be monitoring these trades. I'll look them. I usually look at them maybe at the end of the day, or maybe I'll set some alerts. Let me show how you set alerts right quick. On this one right here, if it goes, I'm in at $394. If this thing drops below 375, I want out of it. So I'm going to set an alert here at 375 on it. 373, close enough. At or below that, I want to know about it. And maybe I get out and take a small loss. Because that's like 25 cents, that'd be $75. So I'm okay with that. Did it go? Oh, it didn't go. Alert. Oh, here it is. Showed up. Okay, I'll target. We'll be an alert for the target. Let's get at least 60 cents. Let's get at least 60 cents on that. That's $60. That's $180, almost $200 on that trade. That'll be nice for that trade. So that's like what's that? 20%. Let's take it. A little alert on that one. At or above. Let's go to our BBT. The chart. I got an alert set for the stop already. Nope, not it. Come on, that's not it. BBT. If they're long calls, I won't worry about. I'll wait until tomorrow or another day. I'll set some targets, some sales, some trades to close these things. Usually, when I first put them on, all I'm concerned about is getting me an alert in place to let me know something's not going right. Manually go ahead and get out of this trade. This one, my BBT is 35. If it goes below 35, I want to know about it. If it goes below that, I want out. So that alert is set. And I'll be watching these. And I'll be looking to make it 20%. Once we get above 10%, I'll probably lock in that profit. And as it moves up, I'll probably move it up every 5% or so as it to lock in profit once we get above 10%.
That's great.
ALTR. All I'm doing now is setting alerts for stops. Get my charts to come up. ALTR. Oh. ALTR is set. BBT is set. MET. Make sure MET is set. MET. MET 46. Got one there for that. Down below. So MET is set. LTR. GWW and Apple. GWW. 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 Yeah, this one is the stop. Is I'm gonna put it here at 232.50. Let me know if you do something crazy. That's below. And Apple. I think Apple is the only one. AAPL. Yeah, my stop on Apple, we did draw some lines, but we didn't put any alerts. And I'm going to go with the 115 alert. I'll be a little bit, give it a little wiggle room. Only have $1,000 in the trade. So we lose money 115 at or below. So that's it. We have our alert set.
Awesome.
Apple, GWW, MET, BBT, VMEM, ALTR. Okay, so that's it. Again, we played some trades we're going to be following here for the month. This is it for the month. See how they work. They may be done in the next couple of days. One or two of them may, since we got our earnings coming out on one of them. And that's MetLife. See how that works out. Other than that, visit us at rightsidetrading.com, where you can learn to trade on the right side of the market. So a disclaimer, remember, it's all for educational purposes only. Trying to show you how we look at the market. Maybe it's something that you like, and you can come join us and learn how to trade on the right side. Anything you would like to add, Wally?
Are you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on. Just got the disclaimer going.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it was great. Thank you so much for that great information. I'm actually going to be watching those stocks too and see how they all turn out by the end of this month.
So, yeah, let's see. I'm going to throw them in the virtual account.
So are we still recording, or we're not recording anymore?
Stopping it.